We are Homo sapiens, modern humans. Across thousands of years, we painted on cave walls, we carved statues, we invented the wheel, we built civilizations, we split the atom, and then we turned it into a weapon. But there's something strange about all of this. We did everything alone. Because today, we are alone. We are one of the loneliest species in the universe. But why? Other animals exist as many different species at the same time. Lions, birds, insects, fish, dozens, hundreds, thousands of variations. So why don't we? What happened to the others? They didn't make it. Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Neanderthals, Denisovans, floresiensis, naledi. One by one, they disappeared. But how? And more importantly, was it nature or was it us? Before we begin, a quick reminder. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button. It helps this story reach more people. And if you subscribe, you become part of this journey. Now, let's go back. When modern humans first appeared, the world didn't look like it does today. And I'm not just talking about climate, or geography, or continents. I'm talking about people. Because 300,000 years ago, we were not alone. In Africa, the last members of Homo heidelbergensis were still alive, along with Homo naledi. In Asia, Homo erectus still walked the land. So did Homo floresiensis, the so-called hobbit humans. And in Europe, Neanderthals ruled. Different kinds of humans, different bodies, different minds, different cultures, all sharing the same planet. And yet, by 40,000 years ago, only one remained. Us. So what happened? Let's start with the most famous of them all. Neanderthals looked similar to us, but not quite. They had heavier brows, more prominent faces, shorter, stockier bodies. But here's the shocking part. Their brains were almost the same size as ours. They made tools, they hunted, they wore clothes, they crafted objects for daily life. And even more surprising, there is strong evidence that they may have had symbolic thinking. They buried their dead. They used objects in rituals. And according to recent studies, they may have created the oldest known cave paintings. They were not monsters. They were not stupid. They were not primitive. They were human. And yet, they vanished. Somewhere between 40,000 and 24,000 years ago. So why? One possibility is simple. We wiped them out. Shocking? Not really. If humans can do this to their own kind, what would stop them from doing it to others? There may have been wars over land, over food, over territory, but it might not have been direct violence. There's another possibility: disease. When Homo sapiens left Africa, we likely carried tropical pathogens with us. Viruses, bacteria. Neanderthals had no immunity. One outbreak, one invisible enemy. That could be enough to erase an entire species, not with war, but with silence. Neanderthals lived in small, scattered groups. We didn't. We had larger populations, more complex social structures, stronger communication, better cooperation. And according to brain anatomy, we likely had stronger abilities in creativity, abstract thinking, long-term planning, symbolic language. Over thousands of years, this matters. Not instantly, not dramatically, but slowly, relentlessly, until one species grows and the other fades. Add climate disasters, extreme cold, environmental stress, and extinction becomes almost inevitable. Now let's jump to Indonesia, 50,000 years ago. Here lived Homo floresiensis. They were about 1 meter tall, with large feet, small bodies. They looked so strange that when they were discovered in 2003, scientists first thought they were modern humans with genetic disorders. They weren't. They were a completely different human species. They hunted, they made tools, they survived on isolated islands, and then they disappeared. Right around the time Homo sapiens arrived. Coincidence? Maybe, but it makes us the prime suspect. In the Philippines, scientists found remains of another unknown species, Homo luzonensis. At first, they thought these bones belonged to modern humans. They didn't. Another species, Another story. Another disappearance. We don't even know exactly how they lived, only that they existed, and now they don't. Now let's talk about Homo erectus. They appeared nearly 2 million years ago. They were the first humans to walk fully upright, eat more meat, digest protein efficiently, grow larger brains, spread across continents. If survival had a champion, it was them. And yet, they vanished too. Why? Many scientists believe they were victims of climate change. But there's something else. Archaeological evidence suggests they didn't adapt very quickly. They used the same tools for extremely long periods. They didn't innovate often. They didn't change strategies easily. In a changing world, that can be fatal. One important thing to understand, there is no such thing as the first human. Evolution doesn't work like that. It's not clean, it's not linear, it's not neat. Species overlap, they mix, they split, they disappear. Even our own ancestry is messy, and that messiness is what makes this story so unsettling. Everywhere we go, other humans disappear, not instantly, not always violently, but consistently, and eventually, only one remains: us. So the question is no longer, why did they go extinct? The real question is, why did we survive? Was it intelligence, creativity, language, cooperation, or something darker? This video wasn't meant to explain everything. It was meant to introduce you to the others, the humans who shared this planet with us and lost. In future videos, we'll explore each of them in detail, their lives, their minds, their cultures, and their final moments. Until then, if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like and subscribe, because stories like this deserve to be remembered. See you next time.